Hi everyone, it's Ed from Runnable on this really frosty Thursday morning. I nearly forgot the day. It's been one of those weeks. Really frosty, really cold. I'm just going to do a quick run in my Cielos today, and I'm going to reflect on super shoes and you know, the kind of differences between them all, and you know which ones I think you should buy based on what factor. And there is one factor I think that rules all factors, because they're all so very close, I think, and the times I'm running and the pace I'm setting in them kind of proves that they're all very close, but a lot depends on various factors like the distances you want to run, the races you want to do, how you want to feel in the shoe, that kind of thing. So we'll do a little bit of a reflection. So apologies for those who are not keen on the videos where I'm running and talking. You might want to skip this one, but you know, I did do one in the house video comparison yesterday, so I'm kind of mixing them up. But this one, I'll be running and talking and thinking and walking and doing all those things at the same time, maybe even. Anyway, I'm talking shit now. Bye bye, see you later. So it's very, very cold this morning. I'm going to do that same loop of my local park. It's really, you can probably see on the ground how frosty it is. I've got my trusty Cielo X1s on. They're the kind of shoe that I go to after a long week of running, and I fancy something that's a bit more fun to run in. The grip is decent on these, so I'm not too worried about slipping and sliding on this surface. But yeah, I mean, what was interesting about the comparison between the Asics Metaspeed Edge Paris and the Alphafly was they were very similar in the end in terms of the time, the pace that I was setting at what I perceived as hard effort. You know, I was able to talk during the video, so it wasn't an absolute hard effort for me, but it was, you know, an effort where I felt okay just about to talk. And they both came in at a similar pace, although, as someone pointed out, I think David from Australia pointed out, that my heart rate was higher with the Alphafly, so it could be that I was expending more effort on, you know, running at that pace in the Alphaflys, which is an interesting thing to keep my eye on, because it kind of felt the opposite in some ways. Felt like I was going a bit too easy in the Alphafly, and when I checked my time, it looked well, it surprised me. I didn't expect that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But I think that, to summarise, from what I'm finding by doing these studies with all these super shoes, is there really is nowadays very little to choose between them all. And as Paul said, it's beautiful. Look at the sky, it's amazing, isn't it? I'm so lucky to have this park near me and these beautiful skies. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, there's so little to choose between these super shoes. Oh, bit skiddy area here. That you really, when it comes down to it, I think you're almost just picking the one you like the feel of the most. And I keep going back to the word fun, but running should be fun, okay? And whether you're racing or just doing park runs and you're running just for that community feel, it still should be fun, right? You shouldn't be killing yourself even in a race. And you should wear a shoe that helps you have fun. And that's why I'm edging towards the shoes that actually I enjoy running in the most. And that sounds obvious, but it's not obvious when you're competitive and you want to get the best results and the best times. You're in this search for the ultimate racing shoe. It can become, you can get blindfolded in that search, and sometimes you need to be brought back. And in this case, so frosty, look at it, winter wonderland. You know, yesterday kind of brought me back a little bit. I had two shoes that I actually were both enjoyable running in their own way. I think I slightly preferred the feel of the Edge overall, but I doubt whether I could take the marathon distance. And ultimately, at the moment, in my plans, I have a marathon at the end of them. I have to do this. You can see it's all waterlogged, the path. There'll be no park run on the normal A course in Oak Hill this weekend. I can tell you that now. That'll take a bit of time to shift, particularly with this frozen weather. So yeah, going back, getting distracted a lot by the frost today. Going back to what I'm saying, it's important in your quest to find the fastest shoe not to get blindsided and pick a shoe that's fast but not nice to run in. I kind of feel that with the Puma Fast Star. It's a fast shoe, but so far I haven't really enjoyed running in it. You know, I won that park run in it recently, but I wouldn't say it was the most enjoyable ride. It's a bit firmer than I would like. I need to try it again, to be honest. I wasn't, some shoes you get to like the more you run or race in them. But the Ciello's always felt good to me, and it always felt fast and something I could race in and enjoy racing in from day one. So that's why I tend to gravitate back to them. They're a great shoe. I could have really smashed it out of the park with this shoe. And I think that both the Asics shoes, I get not quite the same fun factor, but I do find them fun to run in. More than I do the Nike shoe. So I picked the Nike shoe yesterday and I'm half regretting it already. But I do feel ultimately over the marathon distance that shoe is a hard shoe to beat because of how it allows you to cruise. So over 26 miles instead of 1.7k, that might well be the more enjoyable shoe out of the two. It might well be the most enjoyable shoe of all because it doesn't half kill me to run the distance in that shoe. As much as I love this Ciello, on the two marathons that I've run in it, London and Chicago, and there are mitigating circumstances in both marathons, I've struggled at the end and it felt like they'd bottomed out a little bit. But in London I'd come back from injury, in Chicago I'd run Berlin 2 weeks before. So there's always circumstances around how you feel, but that doubt still lives in my mind over the Ciello at the marathon distance. Is the foam a little bit too soft? is a little bit too heavy. And while it's fun, maybe it's that saying it's fun while it lasts is applicable to Cielo, in the sense that it's a great shoe, but over the marathon distance, maybe there are better options. There aren't many better options, but maybe the Alphafly is one potential better option. Certainly, I feel like it's going to be hard to beat over that distance. I think the Endorphin Elite has got something to say over that distance as well, because it's one of the few super shoes that's actually quite stable, quite wide forefoot area to land on. So the only problem with that shoe is your toes kind of can get a bit of pressure on them, because they're in that weird angle a lot where they're, because of the hyper aggressive rocker on that shoe. That's really the difference with that shoe, how aggressive the rocker is. Most aggressive rocker of all those racing shoes. And so, to summarise, I guess what I'm saying is they're all pretty good, and you have to find the shoe that works for you, and hopefully my reviews will help you do that, because that's what I'm here for. I want you to experience the best shoe for you, not just for me, for you. So there you go, end of my monologue. See you later, bye bye.